आवाज आ रहा है? फिर कर लिखा है What happened? तो what there in for also. So, but whole idea of this plan properly happened is happened, but not that not be bad bad word. Okay. How best we can prepare now. One attempt. How to clear this exam. That should be. So, what is required in the smart work? Okay. What else? Consistency. Determination. What else? 90 marks in prelim, 66.66 in 67. You said 66.66. Over चाहिए. 6.67 चाहिए. So his calculation is wrong. Okay. So in paper 2, the समय में आ गया. How will you get that? That's the question. What else is required? Discipline. And time management. What else? Time management, smart work, consistency, discipline, good health. बढ़िया खाना भी खाना पड़ेगा तुमको. ठीक है, good health नहीं लिखूंगा. I presume that you have good health. What else? What else? Good understanding about exam. Okay. So, good understanding. What else? Guidance, important. हाँ? तो मानेगा नहीं तुम लोग. है ना? You need guidance also. If you just like that, if you do something, and if there is no plan, if there is no structure, then it may not be that easy to get through in one attempt. Because we are talking about how to get through in one attempt. Okay. And of course, I mean, all these words are nice, there's no doubt. These are important. And I believe out of all, this discipline is the most important one, discipline in preparation. Okay. Because it's a long preparation. We need to be disciplined. भाई इसमें नहीं चलता है. कल होगा. There is always tomorrow, right? So, see, discipline is, what is that discipline we are talking about? Discipline in whatever you do. Okay, we have 24 hours. All of us have 24 hours. That's why I always say time. Time is the most democratically distributed item in this world. All of us have 24 hours. Nobody can complain. Prime Minister Modi also has 24 hours. तुम्हारे पास भी, मेरे पास भी, सबके पास 24 hours. But how well you utilize it? Okay, that is the challenge. So it's a question of, but to utilize it properly, consistency, if you're saying consistency, discipline, that discipline only will give you consistency. And there should be a proper plan. Most important thing is, you need a plan. Time management plan, which most of us are not able to do. And you may have a plan, you might have prepared a plan, but we are not able to execute that plan. And you make a plan, and if the plan is there only for 1 or 2 days, then everything is lost. The plan should be there for long. It cannot be for 1 day or 1 month. In fact, civil service, the biggest challenge, what I personally feel is all of you can be successful. There is, because the minimum marks required. What is the minimum qualification required to be an IAS? What is that required? The minimum requirement. What is the minimum requirement? A graduation. Any minimum marks there? वो भी नहीं है. 40% also, even just pass, you are fit enough to be IAS. So you can also, all of us, that is why you are preparing also. You think that, okay, you can do it. So, but what is that is stopping you, if at all, if it stops you? What could be that one reason if you fail? You fail. What could be that one reason, if at all, if you fail? I don't want to say today that you will fail. I want to say all of you will succeed. You can. There is enough vacancy. Almost 1,000 seats are there. We are, whatever be the number here, more than sufficient. All of us have a seat reserved there. Only thing is that you have to go and take it. आपको बोलना है हाँ मैं ले लूँगा. But what is that can stop you? What is that can stop you? According to you, if at all you fail, he will say because of bad health. And he has already said health could be a problem. He बोल रहा ना, health है तो, if you have health, what can stop you from becoming? Tell me very frankly. If at all you fail, what will be that one reason you will tell that, okay, because of this I failed? Revision. No revision. Not enough revision. Something else, something broad. Coaching. इंस्टीट्यूट गलत इंस्टीट्यूट चला गया है ना, गलत आदमी से संगति में फंस गया, वही बोलना है ना. इज इट दैट? तो बोलेगा ही तुम, किसी को तो ब्लेम करना ही है. गलत कोचिंग में चला गया था. इफ यू गो टू रॉन्ग कोचिंग, दैट इज ऑल्सो एन इंडिकेशन ऑफ योर lack of ability to understand what is right and what is wrong. Anyway, so I feel, if you fail, it could be only because of time management. Okay, meaning if you are not able to manage your time, and that too long years, how much time? Suppose, first attempt, one attempt, if I say in one attempt you have to clear, how much time is required? What is that one attempt? How many months? 18 or 19 months. See, if you start today, okay, when is your first preliminary? Forget about the past. When will be your first preliminary? 26 May 2024. When will you write the main exam? Your main exam will be around 20th September 2024 if you clear that preliminary. And when you clear your main exam, when will you go for interview? Your interview will be in February 2025. When you clear that main exam. And when will you get the results? It will be in May 2025. So we are all talking about getting through this exam in one attempt. What is that one attempt? That one attempt is 24 months now. From today, we are in June. From today, if you spend 24 months properly, you can easily get through the exam. It is only that much work is required. We don't require more than that. This is for just one attempt. एक खेल एक, but 2 साल का है. This game is for 2 years for you. But the challenge, I said, why, if at all you fail, if you fail to manage this 24 hours properly, 24 months proper, not 24 hours. 24 hours होता तो कितना अच्छा होता था. Tomorrow result is there. 24 months, very long time. We cannot even imagine what will happen after 1 month. Right now, when you are sitting in the summer, you will be only thinking about how hot the whole atmosphere is. Our what do you call, the day-to-day weather is so bad. But winter will come, again summer will come, again winter will come. Okay, we cannot even imagine what will happen after 2-3 months. So we are talking about 24 months. And very much, full discipline. One effort. See, that if 99% of the people who move around in Karol Bagh, if they fail, it is not because they did not have the ability to get through the exam. You all have that capacity and capability. You have enough brain. That is why the minimum qualification is just some graduation. Any graduation. And that to 40% graduation. After that also you are eligible. That is why the eligibility is kept like that. Otherwise, they could have at least kept 50% marks in the in graduation, or 60% marks in graduation. Something they would have kept. No minimum marks. You are eligible. But are you in a position, do you have that guts to fight and get it? To fight, you require a lot of determination and hard work. And if you have only one attempt, how many hours you should study every day to get through this in one attempt? Please tell me. According to you, I will not tell any figure. How many hours you think you require to study or spend for this preparation to get through in one attempt? Every day. Please tell me. He's saying 8 hours. Or 10 hours. Or any other number of hours? Out of 24 hours I am talking. It's not out of 48 hours. Out of 24 hours, how much you think is sufficient to get through in one attempt? You got the question, na? बोलो कितना? 10 hours? कितना मैक्सिमम हो सकता है? Forget about this. कोई बोल ही नहीं रहे सब, some many of you are not even telling, only because if you say, there's some, it'll hurt, बाद में जब नहीं करते हैं तो, so that is why you don't want to tell. Do you think I will tell anything less than this? Do you think I will say this? कुछ नहीं यार 8 घंटे क्या 2 घंटा पढ़ो हो जाएगा. Do you think I will say this? I will never say. I will never say. You know it very well. That is why you don't want to say anything. You ask yourself and tell how much you think it is required. Okay, see, if you are saying 10, what is the maximum possible? Maximum possible maybe 12, 13, 14. Maximum. But it may not be every day. If you have to do it for the next 2 years, I don't think you will be able to do even 14 hours and all. So 10 may become 12 plus 2, plus or minus नहीं करूँगा मैं, okay, plus 2 maximum. 10 to 12 hours. 8, I feel slightly less when you have no other work. I mean, my only problem is when you are a berozgar, thoda kaam karo na to get a job. Are you getting this? See, if you say, I will study only 8 hours, I think it is slightly less. To get, suppose you get a government job. How many hours you will work? फिर तो कोई काम ही नहीं करूंगा, मुझे पता है. So that's what you will say. If you get a government job, how much you are expected to work? How much? 9 to 10 hours, yeah, minimum. And if you are in IAS, IPS and all, it is almost 24 hours job. You have no rest after that. Okay. So, anyway, even if it is a private job, how many hours they will make you work? Whatever salary they give. More than 10 hours you will have to work. I mean, if you are in private, and minimum is, what I have seen is normally 9 o'clock the office will start, minimum 6 o'clock in the evening. Then also they may have to sit and work extra hours. Then only they can, and work from home also now. There's another thing started. So, this is not going to be that smooth. I mean, if you get a job, you may have to work 9-10 hours. When you have no job, to get that job, we should spend more. Quite logical. Anyway, so 10 to 12 hours every day for the next 2 years. That is what is the minimum requirement. So all I am trying to tell you is that you can fail in this exam only because of you. You cannot say that I failed because of Jojo Mathew or ALS or any institute for that matter. You have to take, you will fail only if you don't spend minimum required number of time in front of the books. After coming to Delhi, after listening to people like us, if you fail now, you can fail only because of your lack of hard work and consistent hard work. From day one, we are all telling what is required to be done. You cannot complain. I did not know this. मुझे नहीं पता था ये चीज. Had somebody told me, I would have become IAS. You cannot tell this. Your parents may say this, or if they had prepared for this exam, they may say, oh, had I know this, had I got this facility, I would have done it. Even I can also say that. Okay, because in our time, no internet, no telephone, kuch nahi tha. We did not know how to prepare, where to go also we did not know. I still remember when I came to Delhi to search for the institute, first 1 week, like this only, I think I came in August 1994. Okay, तुम लोग पैदा भी नहीं हुआ था तब. Okay, so we were searching for, only name I knew was at that time Rao's Institute. Rao was still there at that time, he was still alive. Okay, Rao's Institute, and we went there. My friend was also there, we went, and then they said immediately you take a test. They gave a multiple choice test to us immediately. We wrote something, immediately they said you cleared also. Check भी नहीं किया होगा, अंदर गया वापस आके बोला हाँ clear हो गया. Okay, तो बहुत अच्छा, तो हमें भी अच्छा लगा. Luckily join नहीं किया. Okay, I did not join there because we knew that by that time it was not that famous at that time. Anyway, so we were literally searching. We were traveling in these buses to find out where all institutes are there. So anyway, but that situation is not there for you. You have all facility, internet mein click karo, you will get everything. So things are totally different now. If you want some books also, you will get some information, you will get everything you can search. So that's a different thing. Anyway, so what I'm saying, today you cannot complain. At least you are attending classes, orientation lectures, what to do, how to do. After hearing everything, if you fail now, it is only because you did not execute what you knew, what you understood. Even, after the end of today's class, you cannot complain and say that I did not know this, that is why I failed. You know everything, you will be knowing everything. If you fail now, it will be only because of not executing what you knew, what you understood. Okay, so first and foremost thing is time. Okay, you cannot have, if you are thinking of writing one more attempt, you need 2 years. इससे कम नहीं होगा. If you say, I will take 2 attempts, okay, 1 attempt I will experiment and second attempt will be the real attempt, then plus 1 more year. So your result will be in 2026 May. You will have to be ready for 3 more years if you are saying 2 attempts. It's a long time. And 3 year anyway, whether you study or don't study, time will pass. उसके लिए कुछ करना नहीं है. We don't have to do anything for the time to move. That will happen. But you will have to put in that effort. 10 to 12 hours of hard work. That is the minimum expectation from you. After getting it, you can say, मैं काम नहीं करूँगा. If you get through and then you say, I am resigning, you do that. Before getting, you cannot even resign. There are many people who resign from IAS and all, IPS after some time. If you want, you can do that if you don't like. But first you get. Then you will have the option of resigning. If you don't get, and then it's I resigned. उसमें मजा नहीं है. Okay, so you have to put in this effort. And if you cannot put in, if you think you cannot do this, if you think I cannot sit and study for 10 to 12 hours regularly, my request will be don't prepare for this exam. क्यों time waste कर रहे? No miracle is going to happen in your life. No matter in whichever religion you follow. Okay, ऊपर वाला भी समझदार है. आलतू फालतू लोगों को कोई हेल्प नहीं देगा. Okay, God is not going to help foolish people. Okay, God also will help only those who are willing to work hard. Hardworking, smart, and people with integrity. Do you have integrity? What is integrity? Honesty. Okay, honesty is honesty. What is integrity? Honesty in work is integrity. कोई बोलो, what is integrity according to you? What is integrity? If I ask you, do you have integrity? You say, I have integrity. What is that you have? क्या है आपके पास? Which you claim that is integrity. What is integrity? In a very layman's language, if I say, what you think and what you say and what you do should be same. Okay. If you know this is what is required, and if you believe in that, then you should execute also. You have to execute. Okay. A person with integrity. It's very important. Civil service preparation also requires this integrity part. Absolutely no doubt. So, time and this 10 to 12 hours of hard work, a disciplined hard work. All of you can be successful. But if you are not doing this, then don't complain. You are not fit enough. Okay. No miracle will happen. But if somebody is saying after getting through the exam, if somebody is telling that they did not study at all, मेरा खानदान में ये था, okay, without studying I got through. These are all lies, big lies. After getting through, you can also tell many lies. Some people will believe also. Then they will follow you and not study and go to the exam, and they will fail. So if you think, you can get through without studying, it is not going to happen. And if you tell lies, after getting through, if you tell a lie, nothing is going to harm. But others will be in trouble. So you don't believe if somebody says they got through without. And have you not seen so many successful candidates? बाद में लिखता है, I never attended any coaching. है ना? You will also may tell, मुझे पता है, some of you if you get through, you will tell, मैं तो कहीं गया नहीं सर. तो ये तो झूठ बोल रहे हैं. तो a person with no integrity from day one, वो देश का क्या करेगा? देश को बर्बाद करके रख लेगा और बेच देगा. जितना बेच सकता था अभी कुछ लोग बेच रहे तो और बेच देगा. So this is very, Of course, I mean, you decide what you want to say after getting through. But while you get through, please get through. But to get through, you will have to put in some time and effort. Okay. And 10 to 12 hours is not a very difficult thing if you divide your time. Please divide your time. What all you will do in this every day? What all you must do every day? What all you think you should do every day? बोलो. Newspaper reading. एक तो newspaper पढ़ेगी. Then? Revision. Then? Every day, 24 hours में क्या क्या करने वाला है? That is what we are writing. Newspaper reading is one activity. Then? बोलो. हॉबी भी करेगी. हॉबीज. ठीक है. अटेंड क्लासेस. फ्री में बहुत मिलता है, मगर ये करोल बाग में तो कहीं ना कहीं तो अटेंड करेगा ही. अटेंड क्लासेस. कॉलेज हो, क्लास हो, जो भी है. व्हाट एल्स? Every day, what all we should do? Okay, attend GS classes. Then sleep. बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, वैसे तुम सो जाएगा. क्लास में ही सोता है तुम. बोलने की क्या जरूरत है? आंख खोल के सो जाता है. 10 to 12 hours. Sleep and eat and all, don't tell. Okay, you will have to do some NCRT. You will have to do some optional subject studies. Okay, we may have to do some answer writing. We may have to solve some multiple choice questions. Okay. See, if you divide your time into small activities, 10 to 12 hours can easily be used productively. So, let me tell you, first of all, say GS class. It is for 2.5 hours. Okay, हम लोग का बता रहे हैं, if you are attending here. Then, when you go back home, you'll have to study what is covered in the class on a daily basis. Then only you will be able to comprehend things. If you are only making notes, there is no use beyond a point. You will forget whatever you made also. In fact, if you are just making notes, by tomorrow evening, it will become 60%. Within 3 days, you will not even remember what was the topic. So, if you are only attending class, it is not sufficient for anything. How much time you need to study that properly at home? If 2.5 hours class is there, if you are making notes, if you are writing down, how much time you think it will be required? At home. Just you complete the course, class here, suppose, evening 6 to 8:30, you reach home, how much time it will take? Not 30 minutes. 30 minutes you cannot complete. If I teach, you cannot. Some teachers may teach less and then you may be able to, but I believe it will take at least 1.5 hours. That much we will cover. Okay, at least 1.5 hours only to organize and memorize what is covered in the class. Then we need to do NCRT. How much time? Because unless you have foundation, you cannot do anything. Even if you read newspaper, if you don't know the basics, this newspaper reading may not have much use. So, basics should be clear. I am not claiming that questions will directly come from NCRT or anything, but you should know the basics of history, the basics of geography, basics of constitution, economics, science, everything is required. Some 30-40 books are there from 6th standard to 12th standard if you look. And my, suggestion will be till the main exam. Not just NCERT studying is not for preliminary. You should not be thinking that it's an activity for preliminary exam. No. It is an activity even till the main exam. When you do that NCERTs, relevant NCERTs at that time, after preliminary, you may not be reading all NCERTs, but those relevant NCERTs if you read and memorize, it will be highly useful. Sometimes, you may not have any information other than what you read from the NCERT. It will be highly useful. So, my suggestion is it should be 2 hours. Every day, you fix 2 hours for NCERT. So, it is not going to be a waste. When you write other competitive exams also, because you will be writing other competitive exams also, for that also it will be useful. Basics if you know, SSC exam, bank, PO exam or the state PCS exam or any exam for that matter, these NCERT related questions can easily be answered. Okay, and it is very relevant. And please buy those books which before they remove everything from NCERT. Okay, with the periodic table, sab kuch gaya. It will be a thing of the past, for the new generation, periodic table, then evolution itself removed from NCERT books. Okay, so many things, a new idea, new generation will come. Okay, without knowing anything. The only thing they will be knowing is about religion and then cow urine. Okay, so such people, before they come, you get through. My only suggestion is that ये सब पढ़ के जो IAS बनेगा होगा उसका, वो देश को कैसे चलाएगा ये भी हम I can imagine. Before that I think I will go up. Okay, so ये सब देखने का मोहब्बत नहीं होना चाहिए हमारा. It should not be happening anyway. So people with gyan about cow urine and Gaudang fellows, when they become IAS, without having evolution, without having periodic table, it will be nice and fun. Anyway, so NCERT 2 hours. And in that also, don't just read NCERT. Okay, our problem is we are good in reading. Maja aa gaya. You must memorize also some important points from that. You underline, memorize. So 1 hour for underlining and all, 1 hour for memorizing, revision, whatever you want to say that. So, and when you underline, make sure that you are not underlining almost every sentence in NCERT. It may be new information for you. School mein padhai nahi to everything is new. But control your emotions and underline only around 20%. I still remember, I always tell this in the class. Once I was telling this, so towards the end of the course, when I was telling you please revise NCERT. And I said, if you are reading only what you have underlined, it will take very less time. You can finish the book very fast. So after my class was over, one girl came and told, sir, I have a small problem. Kya hai? She said, I have underlined every sentence in the NCERT. So even if I have to read only underlined, I have to read the whole book. Then I asked, did you leave any sentence? She said, 1 or 2 sentences here and there I have left. I said, you please read that, what you left. That may be more useful now. Okay, so at least you can finish. So please, our problem is, if you are underlining also without applying your brain, you will underline everything. If you are not concentrating, you will underline everything. It's very easy, na? Do you make newspaper cutting? Do you cut and keep newspaper these days? आजकल तो करने की जरूरत नहीं. ये link save करता है होगा? नहीं. What do you do? I mean, newspaper when you read, what do you do? How do you make notes? Underline in the newspaper, then you keep the newspaper. Then underline, then क्या करता है उसको? Once again you read, then फेंक दे. How will you remember? Today you read and underline, tomorrow you revise. After 3 days, what will happen? You will forget. What is the use of doing that? Don't read newspaper then. It's useless. Suppose I read something from the news. Today, I was just seeing from the print website. I got, Google में नहीं आता है, depending upon what you search, you will get similar things. तुम लोग इधर उधर का देखिए तो वही आएगा डेली. ओके, मेरा तो इस टाइप का राइस, अबाउट द राइस, देयर इज एन आर्टिकल, दे आर सेइंग इज rice a victim of global warming or a reason for global warming? Our own chawal, okay, rice. So I did not have time to read in the morning. तो मैंने क्या किया, उसका लिंक मैं शेयर करके रख दिया. I will read someday, one day I will read. So when will be that one day? Even I don't know, you don't know. Okay, I may never read, but I know the heading. तुम लोग ऐसा कुछ करता है? हाँ, न्यूज़पेपर में तू क्या कर रहे थे? You underline, then you throw the newspaper. Certain points in the news, some notebook, right? If you are not making notes, don't read newspaper. What is the use? Anyway भूल जाएगा, है ना? Anyway you will forget. So why should you read and forget? You forget without reading. It's a fact. You cannot remember it if you have just read once. You cannot use anything from that newspaper in your answer. When you cannot use anything, why should you read and waste your time? Newspaper दूर से देख लो. Okay, some of you will have to buy newspaper because otherwise na parents will scold you. तो खरीद लो, फिर कबाड़ी को बेच दो. But if you are reading, you underline, you make notes. Otherwise, don't do this. There's no point in reading the whole newspaper. Whatever you read and make notes. Anyway, so NCERT, 2 hours, same thing. Minimum, underline minimum, so that, don't make notes from NCERT. Because that book is with you. You can anytime open that book. Making notes will take more time. You will not be able to complete. Okay. So, if at all you have to make some points and all, minimum, just, highlights, some bullet points you remember, or maybe jot down, maybe in the side of the NCERT itself, or in some flashcard and all if you are making, but make sure that no verbatim, from the sentences cannot be copied and written down in your notebook. It is a wastage of time. So read, underline, memorize there. Fourth activity is newspaper. Again, newspaper and current affairs, both I will put. It's not that you have to read the whole newspaper or the same newspaper. You may get from our net also. We are also planning to give on a daily basis some material this time onwards. We'll have our in our website also we'll be doing that. So what I'm saying, whatever you collect, maybe the downloadable version, newspaper. See, newspaper, if you're buying physical newspaper, physically if you're getting it, I will say that first 15 minutes should be devoted just to read the headings. All pages you read, only heading, don't read further. By reading the heading itself, you will get many information. Okay, today there is fire in Mukherjee Nagar in one of the coaching institutes. So many people injured also. Have you seen that video where people are been jumping from the 3rd floor? At least 10-12 people jumped from the top. And one girl is, I think, serious. Okay. And just behind our office in Mukherjee, I was there at that time. So I could not see jumping, but jumping we could see from video. Okay. So what I'm saying is, tomorrow's newspaper, definitely that will be there. Fire in newspaper, in Mukherjee Nagar, fire in newspaper, nahin? Fire in Mukherjee Nagar, 3 people injured, 100 evacuated. Don't read further, you know what is the story next. फिर ऐसे हो गया, वैसे हो गया, फायर टेंडर बाद में आया, पुलिस वाला पहले आया, ये सब तो हमारी इंडियन स्टोरी है. We know, we can feel it. Okay, you don't have to read and tell. Okay, Prime Minister Modi in US, फोड़ दिया US को. उसको आगे पढ़ने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. You can, complete the story. Okay, if some foreign leader comes to India, if they don't say 2 things, we will not allow them to go back. Which are the 2 things? Even if you are not read, you know. What is that? If any foreign leader comes to India, they have to tell 2-3 things in India. Otherwise, we will not allow them to go back. What is that? नहीं, गुजरात सबको अभी लेके नहीं जा सकता अभी। महात्मा गांधी का उसमें राजगढ़ जाएगा, वो अलग है। दे विल से टू थिंग, नंबर वन, ना, कश्मीर इज एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, ये तो सबसे बुलवाएगा। ओके, डेमोक्रेसी इज वेरी वाइब्रेंट इन इंडिया। नहीं तो ये सब बोलेगा तब लंच मिलेगा इंडिया में आए तो। ओके, सो यू कैन फिल, ओके, एंड इंडिया इज टेकिंग ए ग्लोबल लीडरशिप रोल इन सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, सब बोल के जाएगा वो। ओके, सो एनीवे व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, many things you can understand without reading. You should know what is happening. 15 minutes you will get. 15 minutes you can finish. Then you please read one article. Not just read. Read, underline, make notes. Easily possible. Rest, you please, we will also provide pretty point of view information, small information, 4-5 information we will give you. Weekly there will be current affairs, then our monthly magazine will come, you will have to study that. But every day if you are collecting one article, this newspaper, but I will suggest that, you spend 2 hours for all these activities. 2 hours. See, it's a very important, earlier, maybe even 3-4 years before, I used to say don't spend more than 1 hour for newspaper and all. Now I also improved. Okay, after seeing the way questions are being asked and the importance of this. So 2 hours every day. But don't do more than this also. If somebody comes and tell you, read newspaper and you will become IAS. No. Only because you read newspaper alone cannot solve. NCERT is equally important. Newspaper is also important. Okay, but make notes. There should be something which is manageable with you. And I don't want you to read more than one article a day, making notes. See, suppose you say, sir, और भी बहुत important था. If it is very important, it will come tomorrow's newspaper also. Okay. Suppose in Mukherjee Nagar building collapse हो गया. Okay. Today you did not see, but tomorrow, see, Rahul Gandhi visited US. Okay. First day you may not have heard also, but if it is regularly coming in the newspaper, you may ask, अरे क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं उधर? Then we may read it. So we can easily get it. So whatever it is, any important event which happens, if it is very first day, you may not come to know that it is an important thing. Okay, when Hindenburg's report came, nobody took it seriously at that time. धीरे-धीरे समझ में आ गया कि कुछ होने वाला है, because every day it was coming in the newspaper. So even if you missed something, you can get it after a couple of days. Plus anyway, monthly summary magazines and all will come. See what I'm saying, even if you are picking one article a day, before the main exam, next main exam, when is your main exam? September 20th. Okay, and say till August 15, questions will come, let us assume. So from today till August 15, 2024, how many articles there will be there with you? Every day you are collecting only one article. Okay, control your emotion and collect only one. Okay, मन करता था कि 2-3 आर्टिकल रखेंगे, but एक लिया, only one. How many articles will be there with you? Almost 400 articles will be there with you. 400 topics with you. By the time you reach the main exam, I am talking. If one topic, you made some notes, how much time it will take to revise once? One topic. 20 minutes? मान लिया. 400 into 20. How many minutes? 8,000 minutes. Divided by 60. 80 के लिए, this is 1, then 20 means 3, then 18 plus 133 hours. 133 hours. In how many days you will complete 133 hours? 12 hours you study every day, suppose, then you need 12 days to read only one article you collected from newspaper every day from today. 12 days. Oh, with 12, 13 days, well, almost 2 weeks. If you are studying 12 hours a day, if you cannot read, if you cannot revise, don't collect. It's utter wastage of time. That is why I am saying, choose one article a day. Okay, choose one article a day. That is always better. If you have one article, why it is better? Because at least there is a hope that you may revise that. एक revision से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Nothing is going to happen in one revision. We may have to revise a couple of times. See, it will take weeks together only to revise current affairs newspaper. Then your optional subject revision is there. Your regular GS what you study revision is there. So it's too many things to be done. So control. If there is minimum information, minimum material, that is always better. So that is why I am saying if you know that I have to choose only one article, you will be very choosy also. Suppose I take you to Haldiram's, I will not take you. It will be very costly there. Okay. And if I say you take one sweet, only one, and itna rakha hai udhar. By the way, I regularly go there. Okay, not to eat and all. AC बहुत मजेदार AC है. बैठ के बात करना है. Cutting चाय 25 rupees. इतना कप में देगा. 2 घंटा बैठो, एक चाय पियो. Okay, I am giving you an idea. No temptation to eat. If you eat, you will have to pay a lot of money. Okay. So किसी से भी मिलना है मुझे. So I call them to Haldiram these days. Okay. 2 चाय, मुझे देखते ही वो जो लेडी उधर है उनको पता है कि 25 रुपए लेके आ रही है. ओके, सो 2 चाय, ओके, 50 रुपए, 52 रुपीज लेता है, 26 रुपीज was tax. Okay, so what happens if you are told that you take only one sweet, then you will be very choosy, है ना. एक अच्छा लेना है. If I say you eat anything you want, तो ये भी खाएगा, वो भी खाएगा, पेट खराब करेगा. Okay, so if you have to choose one article, you will be very choosy. Then you will start choosing the right articles. And you trust your wisdom. You can select good articles, right articles, and you are not going to miss out anything big. Okay. So then, that seriousness also will come. Full concentration will be there. The power will be there in what you write. And it will take around 1 hour time. The rest 1 hour you please spend for other articles and all, maybe from the magazine, what we provide, all this even the class, but current affairs related, 2 hours you please spend. Okay. And then you have to spend some time for optional. Whether you attend class or don't attend class, you need to spend time for optional. If you are spending, if you are appearing, or rather if you are attending class, the time required will be more, but at least 2 hours minimum. If you are attending class, okay. कुछ लोग कुछ भी लिख लेगा. ओके, गाली भी देगा, वो इसमें भी दिखता है ना. खुद अपना काम नहीं करेगा, बाकी को गाली देने से कोई फायदा नहीं होता है. सो रहता है, कोई बात नहीं. सो ऑप्शनल मिनिमम is 2 hours every day. Okay, because if you are attending class, then it may become 3 also, it may become 4 also, plus 2 also, but I will say minimum is 2 hours. If you are attending class 2 hours, then at least 1 hour you have to study at home. Okay, so then we need to spend some time for answer writing. Right? How many hours you should spend for answer writing? Very difficult, I know. Answer writing is the most difficult activity. Nobody wants to write. उतना नहीं, तुम मुझे 30 मिनट दे दो, 30 minutes. I'll be very happy. If you write 1 hour and all, I'll be very happy. But I know it's very difficult. If you seriously write, you cannot write. Okay. What I'm saying, answer writing में 4 answer. 4 answers you write. 1 from NCERT. End of the chapter, there is a question. Okay, there are many questions. 1 answer you write, 150 words, 7 minutes. Okay, you have to complete 1 answer in 7 minutes. Then you write 1 answer from your optional. Maybe 250 words, maybe 350 words. Okay, so if it is a 350 words answer, you are writing 15 minutes. 1 from your GS class, maybe 250 words, 11 minutes. Okay. If you are writing only 150 word answer, 7 into 4, 28. 28 minutes, answer is over. And 1 may be from current affairs, say 150 words, 7 minutes. See, please don't forget, answer writing also has meaning only if you write it within the given time. What is the given time? 150 words, 7 minutes. 250 words, 11 minutes. 350 words, 15 minutes. 150 words, 10 marks. 250, 15 marks. And 350, 20 marks. Mostly optional subject, 20 marks questions. 30 marks आता है क्या भाई? In any of your optional? I don't think. 20 marks is the biggest one you are going to get now. Okay. So 20 marks means up to 350 words you can write, but you have to finish in 15 minutes. See, this is exact time. Please remember, 150 words you get only 7 minutes and 12 seconds. 250 words you get 10 minutes and 48 seconds. So, but थोड़ा adjust करके मैंने बता दिया, easy to calculate. If you are writing a very good answer, if you write 150 words in half an hour, no use. Okay. Everything has to complete within the given time. See, time also. See, there are, in UPSC answer writing, there are 3 things. There is word limit, there is time limit, and there is space limit. You are asked to write within the given pages. 150 words, you may be given 3 pages, 3 sides of the sheet. That's all. You cannot write anything and everything just like that. You cannot make too many diagrams and all. बहुत ज़्यादा diagram बनाया, space खत्म हो गया, then answer is over. You cannot do anything. You cannot write somewhere else and say, please read from there. You cannot ask your examiner, na, please read. I have written in page number 30, additional जगह है. ऐसे नहीं कर सकता. You cannot do that, right? So, time, very important. So, when you practice at home, please make sure that you are writing only within the given time. In the class also, I will make you write many answers, but you should have that discipline to write in the given time. Many times what people do is that when I ask you to write, they will write beyond the time. And by the time people come and collect, you will be writing. Or at home, if you are sitting and writing, you may be writing it for longer time and say that, okay, I finished in so. No, this is where your integrity will come. You have to write within the given time, then only you can complete the paper. If you even spend 1 minute extra in your exam, you will not be able to complete your paper. See, we have, as you know very well, in our GS, 10 questions of 10 marks. This is 100 and 10 questions of 15 marks. 150, total is 250. 10 questions, 7 minutes, 70 minutes. 10 questions of 11 minutes, 110 minutes. Total is 180. 3 hours paper. That is how the question will come. Now, suppose you say, I will take 1 minute extra, sir. 1 minute. So, if you take 1 minute extra, what will happen? This will become 80 minutes. And if you write 10, 11 minutes become 12 means 120. So, it will become 200 minutes. So, 20 minutes extra ho gaya. That means if 20 minutes, if you subtract here, what will happen? You will write 9 questions each. You will not be able to complete the paper. Then you may say, anyway, I am not knowing all questions, sir, koi tension nahi. Okay, it's not like that. Okay, normally, if you are a good candidate, if you study well, if you prepare well, you will have to write 18 answers, minimum of 18 answers out of 20. You can leave at the maximum 2. If you leave more than that, anyway, one attempt is over. Okay, I will show you some of the marks obtained by people, then you will realize how close now the whole competition is. Okay, we will see that. So, we cannot exceed time. Don't think of exceeding your time and then completing the paper and then, become IAS. All these things will not happen. So, half an hour practice. Plus, I also want you to solve some multiple choice questions. Solve some multiple choice questions, especially maths, mental ability, reasoning, reading comprehension, etc. Okay. Every day you please practice some. Lot of questions are available in the market. Books are available in the market. Like R.S. Agarwal. So many books. Even online free coaching is available. Maths, mental ability, reasoning, etc. Even banking exam, that question bank and all. Okay. Or even that SSC book. You please solve. 1 hour you please spend. Every day you please spend on this, so that you have enough practice. Overnight we cannot improve all these things, we cannot develop all these things, we need some practice. Okay, so this also. So how many activities we are doing? 2.5 hours of class, 1.5 hours of self-study at home, that becomes 4 hours, plus 2, 6 hours, plus 2, 8 hours with the newspaper, optional 2 hours, 10 hours, answer writing half an hour, 10.5, multiple choice question 1 hour, 11.5. Suppose you have to attend your optional class also, and then if it is 2 hours of class and 2 hours of study, it becomes 13.5. Thoda zyada ho gaya. So you adjust somewhere, newspaper 15 minutes less, NCRT half an hour less. Okay. So like that you may have to adjust. But divide your time. Divide in such a way that so then what will happen? And if you have to do 6 things a day, or maybe 7 things a day, 12 hours will automatically be utilized properly. But you must have that willpower to do all these things. Are you getting this? It all depends upon your willpower, your determination. And if you do this that seriously, nobody can stop you from clearing this exam. But if you don't do and then you complain, वो तो हमारा आदत है, कोई फायदा नहीं. Okay, you have to do. You have to execute. Execution is the key. Okay, you can find 10 reasons why you will not do or you will do. ये तो reason देना बहुत आसान है. But if you execute, you will automatically start seeing the results. Okay, so time is the key. That's what I am repeating. Divide your time. Ensure that you are executing things. Then automatically you will be able to clear this. Okay. Anything you would like to ask on this? On this thing which I said, the time. Yes. From first day itself, yeah. You cannot, suppose you have a habit of writing 150 words in 10 minutes. Overnight, you cannot reduce it to 7 minutes. Then you will be in more trouble. Are you getting this? First day itself, you should have that pressure, the time pressure should be there. If no time pressure, you will be in trouble. So you cannot say that after 6 months I will reduce the time. You will not be able to do that. Okay. So you finished in 7 minutes, and even if it is not 150 words, it's okay. Initially it may be 120 words only. Increase your speed. Make it 150 over a period of time by consciously trying to achieve that. Then only it will happen. But you stop writing in the end of 7 minutes. Okay, you should accept that. Yes, I am in trouble. I am not able to write faster. So I have to be faster. So that pressure, that self-pressure only will improve your speed. Otherwise, you will be always relaxed, thinking that aaram se ho jayega, and it will never happen. Okay, and you cannot skip questions and come back. It will be disastrous for you. Okay, what else? CSAT classes will be regularly done. So within, I will say, after a couple of months, maybe from August we will start. So my plan is every Sunday or Saturday we will have CSAT classes. So that will be regularly going on, but you need to practice separately. That's what I am always telling. Don't wait for us to do CSAT because there is limitation in CSAT, because it's a diverse class. So many engineers sitting, then so many arts graduates. So the requirements are different. Okay, so there is a limitation from, we will be spending around 25 sessions. It is. That is why I am saying the only way you can do is right from today. You spend 1 hour. Okay, start from basics and take help from your friends also who are good in that. So they will also be able to help you because so many science and engineers will be there. So they can support you. Ask some doubts to them also. Keep doing, and in the class you will get some shortcuts. But the key is practice. So every day if you are spending 1 hour, you will not even find that, okay, you will not feel that, okay, we have spent a lot of time, and you will have enough practice to get through this. The key is time and practice. Okay, and class, of course, it can only help you in improving. But if you are zero, class cannot take you to that level. If you are already there, class will help in improving. That should be the way in which you should look at it. What else? Okay, so that is one. Then a couple of points about the cutoffs also. You know it very well. The marks which are required. What is the cutoff this year for prelim? So this year when the marks came, so it was 88, right? 1 second. Yeah, 88.22 was the cutoff. For the results which came. Abhi kya hua pata nahi, but last year I am saying. And in that is the general category. OBC was 87.57. Scheduled caste was 74. Scheduled tribe was 69.3. So, and even year before, it is 87.5. Slightly ज़्यादा ही हुआ है अभी इस बार 87.5. OBC was 84.85. Scheduled caste was 75. Scheduled tribe was 70.7. So a slight difference, but this year it might have come down also, we don't know, but let us wait. So now the bottom line is, as part of our strategy, 88 means you need to get 44 correct. And into 2 is 88. After taking all negative marks, what we require is only 44. But you cannot mark just 44 and then don't expect 88 to get, because we make mistakes also. So what is that? See, suppose, if you are attempting, say, 60, and if you get 50 correct, what will be your score? You attempted only 60, and if you get 50 out of that correct, how much will be your score? 47, is it not? It will be 60, 10 wrong, 3, 1/3 you will lose, so around 3. So the final score will be 46.67. I mean, into 2, then it becomes, that is 93. It will become approximately 93. Now, but we cannot do that also. So what I am trying to tell you, since the way the cutoff is increasing, now what I feel, now we should be thinking about, suppose you are attempting 70. Now, if you increase, see, what you know is maybe around 50 only, 50, 55 only you know. You cannot be knowing more than that, okay, in this kind of paper. Now, if you increase your number of attempts, you will get more negative marks. Okay, suppose you attempt 70 and say you are 53 correct. Okay, by increasing another 10, you got 3 more correct. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ेगा. Okay, so how much is that? 53, and here it is, कितना? 17 wrong or 18 wrong means 6 minus, so it becomes 47. Okay, 47 into 2 is 94. Are you getting what I am saying? Your score is 94. We need 88. 94 safe hai. Suppose you attempt 75. You may get 54 correct. 5 or now the last 5 you may get 1 extra. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. Why? Because whatever we know, we marked in the beginning itself. What we don't know, even if you try, it is not going to increase much. Maybe 1 more correct. So how much you are going to get? So 21 if divided by 3, 7. So 54 minus 7 is again 47. Your score is 94. Now if you attempt all 100, okay, what you know is 54. So 54 ही रहेगा. How many wrong? 46 wrong. 46 divided by 3, 15. So 54 minus 15, 44 minus 4 is 39. So it is 78, not sufficient to get through. So if you increase the number of questions you attempt, the chance of you losing is much higher. Okay, if you attempt all 100 out of 100 and come out, you will fail 100%, no doubt. Guaranteed failure. Okay, so what I am trying to tell you is, so now considering all these things, please realize this, we can attempt around, say, 75. Mark दिखेगा नहीं, sorry. 75. Okay. So our strategy, please don't change. I mean, in fact, earlier I used to say that go up to 80. Now I have reduced. Don't go beyond 75. Okay. If you attempt more negative marks will be there. 75 is the most ideal. 70 to 75 questions. So our strategy will be 70 to 75 questions, and we should get around 53 to 55 correct. Slightly more than 50% should be correct. Okay, 55 correct मान लो, so that our score will be aram say around 90 to 95, which is good enough to get through these days. Okay, we can be safe. Okay, so but if you look at, I mean, considering this, now if you think it slightly differently, what I am trying to tell you is, suppose say polity. If 10 questions are coming, okay, if 10 questions are coming, don't attempt more than 7 or 7.5 on an average. And out of that, you should get 5.5 correct. Or if I take it 20, for every 20 questions, attempt 15 and get 11 correct. Okay. This year also we have seen polity around 13, 14 questions. Okay. History almost equally divided. Okay. So you might have seen that. So it's not that you have to remember, you have to know every answer. It's not that you have to answer all questions. We need to get it corrected only if 6 out of 10, if you can get correct, you are, you will be the topper in preliminary. Okay. So we are not here to become topper in preliminary in any case, but what I am saying is, we don't have to do more than that. So please realize that what is more important is less content, less material, more revision. We don't have to know all questions, but if you have good content, that you revise again and again, that will increase your score. Okay, so 6 out of 10 should be correct. That is the aim. So less content, and more revision. So what is that less content? How much is that less content? What is the bare minimum we can do? We should do. Bolo. Huh? Less content is number 1, NCERT. Number 2, class notes. Number 3, printed material provided. Number 4, current affairs which you collected on a daily basis, and maybe the monthly, that summary. Class notes which are collecting here, I don't know other institutes. Okay, that is why I am clarifying. Don't think of doing more than this. Now आप बोलेगा लक्ष्मीकांत क्या करेगा? See, if at all you want to do any other book, I will say first you finish this, then you think of the additional books. Okay. First task is to finish this. If you have finished and still you have a lot of time, then you think of doing something else. You don't have any time. You have to do your optional also, you have to do your NCRT also, newspaper also, so many things. So we have no time to do anything extra. So and 5 to 6 revisions. When? Before May 2024. 5 to 6 revisions before May 2024. Before you go for preliminary, your success will depend on how many times you revised. And it is not the newer material which is going to make the difference. It is the same material with repeated revision. We don't have to go for too many, material. Same NCRT, you read more, you read again, you will get more understanding, more meaning, more confidence. Then using that information, you can eliminate, at least you will not attempt unnecessarily. Okay, then you can control your attempts to around 75 questions, and then the chance of getting through is much higher. And if you are clear, if your concept is clear, if your foundation is clear, you can deduct many answers. You can arrive at many answers. That is possible only if you revise again and again. Okay, so that is one. Then one more point about the main exam. What is the cutoff? How much marks are required for qualifying the main exam? See, this time, okay, see, as you know very well, main exam is in 1750. 1750. What is 50% marks? $875. Okay. So if you get 875, you will be the topper. If you can get 50% marks in the written exam, you can be definitely in the top 10. Okay. The marks required qualified to call for interview, 748. General category, 748. Whoever got 748 marks, they were all invited for interview. Okay. Only 748. So, kitna percentage hoga? 748 divided by 1750. How much will be that? Check karo. 748 divided by 1750. Calculator nikalo na. Phone pe check karo. 1750, 17.5 into around 44%. Kitna? 43? 43%. Get 43% and you get an interview call, but that may not be sufficient to get a good rank and all, but you are called for interview. That satisfaction will be there. Okay, but around 50%, I'll come to that. Now in OBC, it was 714. In scheduled caste, it's 699. Scheduled tribe, it was ज़्यादा था, 706. Because once reaching here, the difference is not much. In main exam, that difference is not much because nobody is able to score anything. So that is why. Okay, इससे बेकार क्या हो सकता है? मतलब आप सोचो ना 40% में आपको इंटरव्यू कॉल मिल रहा है. It's like a very bad candidate in. कैसे ऑफ करें उसको, कैसे बोलना पड़ेगा. तुम्हारे लिए मैं जाता हूं भाई, इधर एसी ऑफ करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो तू एसी के सामने क्यों बैठा तुम, पर सामने बैठता, आगे बैठता, ठीक है। सो एनीवे, सो द मार्क्स रिक्वायर्ड इज उधर वाला पीछे, दोनों ऑफ कर दो। This is the marks required for, and the final selection. Okay, in general category, after adding the interview marks also, by out of 2025, 960. OBC 923. Scheduled caste 893. And then scheduled tribe 900. To get a final rank, some rank, okay, some job, which will be definitely much better than no job. Okay, some solace, not IAS and all, but definitely this is the case. Now, in this context, let me just remind you one thing. What is very interesting and very important this year was that, okay, this written plus interview is very important. So, interview is nothing but your personality. It's a personality test. Okay, your character. Interview is your character test. What kind of person you are. Okay, because it is not a test of your knowledge. Knowledge has already been tested. Now, what kind of person? Are you a good person? Are you an honest person? Are you a person with integrity? Are you a person with compassion? All those basic qualities. Are you punctual or disciplined? So that is what is tested. And as we know very well, it is in 275 marks. Written is in 1750. The total will come to 2025. Okay. Now, if you look at the toppers marks, I mean, सबको topper बनना है ना? वो तो छोड़ेगा नहीं. First rank, that Ishita Kishore, she got 901 in written exam. 875 is 50%. Okay, just for your understanding. And she got interview 193. Okay, the total was 1094. So she became first. Second rank, she got 876. Now, dekho. 875 is 50%. Just 1 mark extra than 50%. So, only 2 people got more than 875. In fact, 3 people got. All others got less than 875. In the whole mark list, if you check, all the 1000 ranks, if you count, only 3 people got more than 50% marks in the written. First rank got, second rank got 1 mark extra. I think the fourth rank also got 882. Okay. Now, in interview, second rank got 187. The total became 1063. Third rank, 873, 187, and 1060. Third rank. Okay. So, this 193 in interview, now that is what you should be understanding. This year, I mean, after many years, what I could see, compared to what is happening earlier, most people, they are giving good marks in interview. सबको interview में free में दे रहे. Okay. ओरिजिनल कैरेक्टर में देना है तो बहुत लोगों को कम मिलना चाहिए था, मुझे जो लग रहा है. Okay, they are not assessing your character properly these days. free में marks there. See, 10 years before, 15 years before, I have seen in the interview marks used to be in 300. I have seen people scoring 240 and I have seen people scoring 90 also. The range was 90 to 240. I know many candidates who got just 110, 120, 115 out of 300. So the range used to be between 90 to 240. Now the range has come down to around, around 210, 206, 7 I have seen. I have not done 210 also. Say around 205 to most 90% of the people to 140. The range is very less. Just see 60-65 marks difference. Most of the 99% of the people are within this bracket. But earlier it used to be 90 to 240. Just see more than double, almost triple marks compared to 90 fellow and 240. And so many people used to get 200, 210 at that time. Also people used to get, the difference used to be 100, 110 marks. Now that has come down. So that is one way it is good. Interview cannot kill you entirely. But even then, interview marks are very, very important. I'll tell you why. Because that is where interview is not about your knowledge. Interview is not about your oratory skill. Interview is not about your fluent English. Interview is about your attitude. What kind of person? What is your attitude towards others? What is your attitude towards life? Attitude towards poor? Okay, attitude towards environment? Attitude towards democracy? Attitude towards human rights? Your attitude, your approach, what kind of person you are. That is what they want to look into. So just to have an idea, just see, I told you, rank 1, 193. Please remember, 275, 50% means how much? 137.5. 275's 50% is this. Okay? 60% means 165. 70% means 192.5. Okay? And 75% means say 206 approximately. 75% in interview means 206. Okay? First rank got 193. How much percentage? 70%. Okay? Second rank got 187. So 65% kitna? So another 13. So 178. Okay. 65% marks means 165 plus 13 agar jod diya 175, 178. Okay. So they got, second rank got around say 187 means 68%. Third rank, she also got 187. Fourth rank, she got 173. Okay. Fifth rank, 193. Sixth rank, 193. Seventh rank, 182. Eighth rank, 195. Ninth rank, 180. 10th rank, 180. So if you want to be the topper, क्या चाहिए? Interview में marks तो लाना पड़ेगा. You have to bring, and that too, the kind of mark, and more, all of them, the lowest is 173. Lowest is 173. है ना? That is some 60 to 63% marks. So, what is common for all? In written, there is a limit. You cannot get beyond a point in written. 50% means you are the, see, 50% in, so if you want to be the number one, first rank holder, formula to mil gaya. What is the formula? Written 50%, interview 70%. हो गया? Okay, you will be rank 1, guaranteed. Both should be there. You know, now let me just show you some interesting thing. 14th rank. Okay, that Kritika Goyal, she got 831 marks in written. Okay, 14th rank, 831. बाकी 860, 870 ये सब तो हमने देख लिया. 10th rank is 863. So 14th rank got 831 and she got 204 marks in interview. So that is why she became topper, 1035 marks. 831 marks. She is 14th rank. Okay. Now you see, very interesting, I will tell you. Say 35th rank. You can check. Okay. This is only to tell you. And I am not questioning their character or anything. I said character test hai, lekin if you are not able to perform, what will happen, I want to tell. 35th rank fellow, he also got 830 marks in written. 1 mark different. But his interview marks is only 190. So the total is 1020 and 35. No problem. 14 or 35 or you will adjust. I know. है ना? कोई बात नहीं, कर लेंगे. But if it is becoming IAS and IPS, then there is a problem. If you are getting a 90th rank or 85th rank, then you may get only IPS these days. Okay. So just see now, another candidate who got 832 marks. They call Dwij Goyal. He got 832. And the interview marks is 173. And his rank is 71. Written is same. Interview is 17 marks less. Rank became 71. Ab dekho. One Prashant Raj, he got 833 and 162. And his rank is 97. मैं तो 830 वाले की पकड़ा हूँ. Okay, I have only taken test to tell you how important is it. Now, this man is getting only IPS. Okay, 97. फिर देखो. Another candidate called, Janvi Sate. 829 is written exam. But unfortunately, interview marks is 162. So, just 4 marks difference, 127 rank. Okay, one more candidate, Amir Khan. Written is 836. Okay, but unfortunately, interview is 151. Okay, you know what is his rank? 154. One last, Mohit Gupta, 835 is written. Interview is 146. Rank is 195. IPS भी गया. are you getting this? Just see 14th rank, 831. 195th rank, 835. कितना रोएगा आप सोच लो. I mean, personally I'm saying, if this 195th rank fellow meets that 14th rank girl, कितना दुख होगा. बोला कि एक इंटरव्यू 10 मिनट इधर उधर कुछ बात किया नहीं किया, वॉट एवर आई फेल टू से properly, I could not convince, I could not speak up, I could not present my character properly. 146 and 204, and just see how the difference. Okay, so just the same. And अब बाकी भी मैं थोड़ा और दिखा दूं तो I can tell you, a person got 819 marks. देखो 831 14th rank है, 819. Okay, 819 marks, and interview 151. That person's rank is 302. Are you getting this? 11 marks less in written exam. One answer. एक ही आंसर, 15 मार्क्स का एक आंसर का डिफरेंस होगा या 2 आंसर्स. If your interview performance is like this, I'm not complaining or blaming or don't take any, वो क्या आदमी है ऐसा नहीं. Okay, what I'm saying, if you are not able to perform, you see 819 and 151, 302 is the rank. Then 815 and 151, 4 mark difference. The rank is 349. Then 818 and 146, rank is 375. Okay. Then 818 and 143. आप देख लेना, ये सब पब्लिश किया मैंने. I have just taken 404. 817 and 138. Interview she could not perform well. The rank is 457. So 817 and 830. Just 13 marks difference in written. 831 फिर देख लो 14th rank. 817 457th rank. Okay. अब सोचो, there is a person who got 798 in the written exam. बहुत ज़्यादा कम नहीं है. Good mark, 798. But unfortunately, interview 127. Okay. What is the rank, 765. The rank is like the marks, written mark. Are you getting this? So, see, the game kahan hai? Main exam, the game is 30 marks. Just see this 798 fellow and 831. 30 marks difference in the written exam. Rank kitna? 14 and 765. 700 rank, 720, 730 marks. 730 ranks. Why? Your interview marks. So this 127 is one of the lowest in interview. If you check, you will find out. You can see that list. UPSC has published it. So that is why I am telling this. Very rarely. But the range is between 127 to that 204, 205. That's the range. The range has come down. One way it is good. But even then, 30, that interview, Now you should aim at 180 plus. Otherwise, all your good work can be in trouble. Earlier, I used to say 165. Now, the way they are giving more marks, we should try for 180 plus, which is possible. But what is required? How will you get 180 plus? Character building. Okay, right attitude. Okay, attitude is the key. What is the right attitude? And right attitude is constitutional attitude. Okay, respect for constitution is the key. What is that? If you have the right constitution attitude, what will you have? You will be interested in equality, justice, liberty, fraternity. Is it not? You will be talking about liberty of others. If you have liberty, others' liberty also very important. Okay, freedom of speech, the freedom to eat, freedom to worship, liberty of thought, liberty of worship, liberty of speech. Also, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. Of course, republic chhod do. So basically, what is that is expected of you? Is, your attitude should be in tune with the constitutional values. You can easily score 180 plus. See, that understanding you should be there. WhatsApp University chhod do. Okay, you please give up and don't get into this troll army behavior. Okay, certain things, till your exams are over, forget the troll army and WhatsApp University and go Mootrwala. Okay, right history, right geography, right constitution, right economy. Don't go by the propaganda, write-ups. That is why stick to the Hindu, stick to the Indian Express, the Print, Quint, all those good publications. Don't read only. If you read other things, then only you will get polluted. Swaraj. Aisa mat karo. Okay. So they have another agenda. They are not here to, the political party leaders, they are interested in propaganda of their party and ideology. We don't want that right now. Okay. You please focus on basics, constitutional values, and I always tell, you cultivate some good character, like punctuality, honesty, integrity, discipline, some neatness and cleanliness. इसे तो कर ही सकता है हम लोग, है ना. रूम थोड़ा साफ रखो, टेबल कितना गंदा है देख लो जाके, थोड़ा नीट एंड क्लीन, punctual, honesty, integrity, compassion, and treat your fellow human beings as human beings, and automatically your character will change. So it's very important. अब देखो ना, the game, अब देखो how close. Just see, 830 marks, same 830, 14th rank also, IPS भी गया, 195 पहुंच गया, same 830 plus, you are there. And then, if you are further going below, you see, 800 marks and then 790 rank. Unfortunately, why? Because you could not convince, or rather you could not tell your good character. If you have good character. If you are, दो तीन चीज ना, 2-3 things which every interview board will hate. One is arrogance. Okay, don't be arrogant. Number 2, don't tell lies. झूठ बोलना बंद करो. It is some of your habitual liars. For no reason you will tell lies. Stop that. Don't tell lies. Stop telling that and start practicing. Okay, and show compassion. Okay, and you can score 180 just by practicing good habits. Knowledge will always be there. See, now after having knowledge, this time also in interview, I had, a couple of candidates, they could not get through this time also. I always used to tell you, don't give an answer which you don't believe in. Okay. Don't try to please the board by telling something which you don't believe. Many people have problem na कि government ये है तो accordingly government को support करके बोलना. No, it's not required. You tell what is constitutionally correct. They are not interested in, suppose a question is on demonetization. फिर 2000 rupee note भी फिर कर दिया. What will you say if you are asked, tell me something about demonetization? What will you answer? How will you say? Even if Prime Minister Modi is in the board, क्या बोलेगा? Seeing Modi जी क्या बोलेगा? सर मजा आ गया सर. क्या स्टेप था आपका? देश, you saved the nation. If you say, will the board give you marks? If you think you will get marks, you are a fool. Even Modi ji himself knows that it was a mistake. अगर आप बोलेगा, मेरे से आगे बोले सर आप कितना गोरा है, मेरे से अगर बोलेगा, मैं पागल हूँ क्या to accept your statement? क्या नहीं तो बोले सर आप एकदम स्लिम एंड ट्रिम एंड पेट है ही नहीं आपका. If you tell to please me, do you think I will accept it? मैं सोचूंगा अरे ये क्या कहां से आया ये, देख के समय में नहीं आ रहे. Are you getting this? So don't try to fool the interview board by telling all this nonsense. You have to tell what you understand. See, now I always tell people, if you have a doubt, if it is not an interview question, how will you answer demonetization? If it is not for interview, how will you say, sir, it is a failure? Whatever it was thought, the results were not there. It creates so much of hardship to the people. We thought we will be able to get rid of the black money, but we could not. In the last 5-6 years, it is found that black money could not be driven out, and it was a misstep. It was not fully thought, and it was wrongly advised, and overall we can say it could not achieve whatever we wanted to achieve through this. That's the truth. Tell that in a nice words. Okay, suppose घर पे my wife cooking ना, शाम को जब जाता है तो कभी पूछता है कि how is the food? I used to say, very good. Okay, every time मजा आ गया. One day she felt that उतना tasty नहीं है. She said, नहीं, as usual I said, it's very tasty. Then she asked, नहीं, सच बताओ ना. Then I said, shall I tell the truth? She said, yes. I said, it's very difficult to eat. So, tell the truth. But properly. Hey, बेकार है, hey, फेंक दो. नहीं. ठीक है, लेकिन थोड़ा problem, sugar coated statement. But tell the truth. You need not abuse, but you can still tell the truth. So, this is very important for you. See, interview, even main exam is not a forum to praise the government. You have to answer the question. What is asked? If you are asked to critically analyze, you analyze it. If you are asked to tell what are the 5 important points, what are the 5 benefits of demonetization. If you are asked, you tell the benefits. Okay, we became more digital economy, less cash. Okay, we started using less cash. All these things you tell whatever it is. Okay, Paytm type companies, Chinese company ko badhawa mil gaya. Tell whatever we could achieve there. If you have some benefits to tell, according to the question, answer to the question, and don't think of unnecessarily praising the government and all. It is not required. And you have a right to criticize the government, provided your criticism has some logic and reason. Whatever you want to tell with logic. If you say this is a bad step, see, suppose you say Rahul Gandhi's visit to US is bad. You tell why according to you it is bad. You tell it with reason. But if you say it is good, you tell why it is there. The reason should be there, that's all. So, interview is not, it's not about how well you praise the government. So what I am saying is that, the moment you praise the government unnecessarily, even the board will understand that you are trying to get some marks by telling lies. आप बोले economy, how is the economy performing these days? Economy मजा आ गया sir, everybody is happy and youth are getting employment, farmers income got doubled. If you say that, even the people who sit there, they know you are telling lies. No need to tell that. So that shows your character. You have no guts to tell the truth. Okay, and you have to show your understanding and tell, according to me, this is not the correct thing. So any question on any issue which is happening around the world, your understanding should be based on these principles which I already said, that equality, justice, liberty, fraternity, as well as, see, socialism. Just see in the main exam, the last 3-4 years, how many questions they asked on secularism, you just see. Why the exam setters, the question setters are asking questions on secularism? So that is a big topic which we are discussing. And if you have no clarity in that, you are bound to make mistakes. So see, please believe in the Constitution. You have to defend the Constitution of India, and you are not supposed to defend the government in power. If you get into service, how many prime ministers you will see? You please tell me. 30 years of service, minimum 30 to 35 years. At least 4 or 5 prime ministers. If some political instability comes in every year, 1 or 2 prime ministers, well, I am not talking. At least 5-6 prime ministers you will be seeing in your career. And you cannot change your character based on the prime minister's character. Okay. If a prime minister is not socialist, it does not mean that you have to suddenly become capitalist. You have to stick to the constitutional value. That is what I am saying. You have to defend the Constitution of India and not defending XYZ people. Okay, so please work on this. Character will give you 180 plus. That is the minimum. That's a requirement now. Earlier, 180 plus means it was a bonus. You might get but if you don't get 180 plus now, you may not get your desired rank. So, character building is very important. What you practice on a daily basis is your character, your personality. You can do it. Okay. And similarly, another very important area, please don't forget, is our essay. Okay. And essay is also like our character only now. Most of the questions are philosophy based now. No shortcuts, and you must practice. See, this year also, if you look at the 2022. Last, first half, very interesting. A ship in harbor is safe. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ship is for. But that is not what the ship is for. In fact, I think I can show you. First question was, forests are the best case studies for economic excellence. Okay. So then, poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. Why this question? What do you mean by this? Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. Meaning, poets are very far reaching. They have social reformers. Many of these social reformers are poets. And they only talk about many of the reforms in the world. Right? History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. Okay. And a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ship is for. Now, out of the four, now first of all, please remember, since we have four, we have to write only one. So this is the only place we get some choice. Okay. And one important rule is you write only what you know perfectly well. If you don't understand, for example, forests are the best case studies of economic excellence. If you are not able to understand, leave it. Don't think of writing something like that. Forest hai to kuch likh le. No. Okay. And history is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. If you are not able to understand, leave it. Okay. So you should choose only what you understood the best. That is the first requirement. Okay. Now, out of the four, I believe a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what the ship is for. That means what? You have to step out and take some risk in life. No risk is if you don't take any risk, that is the biggest risk. Okay, you have to take some risk in life. Okay. So, unless you take risk, unless you change, unless you adopt, you will not be able. So, what I'm trying to say is that these kind of proverbs are very important. And if you look at the second half of the questions, section B, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. What is the meaning? Second, you cannot step twice in the same river. Third, a smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Okay, अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ सवाल पूछा, हम लोग भी यही करते हैं ना. So we smile and try to avoid. Okay, is the chosen vehicle for us. See now, unless you know it properly, don't attempt. Then just because you have a choice, it does not mean that any of them has to be right. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Okay, just because, sorry. it is applicable to Karol Bagh. Coaching institutes. Just because you have a choice, it does not mean that any of them has to be right. Okay. Suppose your stomach is upset and you go to Haldiram. Just because you have a choice, it does not mean any of them has to be right to eat at that time. Is it not? After the graduation, just because you had a choice, whatever choice you got, it may not be correct. No? It may not be right for you. Or you register in shadi.com. है ना, ये तो आजकल करते हैं लोग. And just because you have hundreds of choice there, it does not mean that any of them has to be right for you. Are you getting what I'm saying? And that is something which I think you can think on many things. You know, just, nota is there in our election. Just because we have a choice, it does not mean that any of those choices are correct or good for us, for the country. So you can apply in many fields, in our day-to-day life also, in food habit also, in the street food. Just because we have a choice, it may not be good for us. See, what is required is you have to think and practice. And start thinking about such questions, like last year, 21. The process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Okay, self-discovery. Then your perception of me is a reflection of you. And my reaction to you is an awareness of me. नित्यानंद सुना है? स्वामी नित्यानंद? नहीं सुना है तो अभी दुख सुनाता हूं मैं. नित्यानंद यू मी टाइप करो, अपने आप आ जाएगा. हाँ, आ गया. यही प्रॉब्लम है. एक सेकंड इसको आने दो. हाँ, आ गया. इसका वॉल्यूम कहाँ गया यार? थे वॉल्यूम नहीं लगाया तुम? कहाँ गया? तुम तैयार होते आते आते तो वो डे में खत्म हो जाएगा. अरे यहाँ से बढ़ने से नहीं होगा यार. घर जाके एक बार चेक. फिर लगाया नहीं तुम लोग? चेक करो ना. छोड़ो. तो घर जाके एक बार प्लीज आप ओनली योर टाइप नित्यानंद यू मी, you will get it. Okay, me is you. जल्दी करो, टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास. ये लोग घर जाके नहीं है तो दुखी हो जाएगा. नहीं आ रहे नहीं. उधर इधर से आ ही नहीं रहे. नहीं आ रहे. इसमें तो भी नहीं जा रहे. एक सेकेंड यार, इसमें तो जाना चाहिए ना, तब होगा ना. नहीं नहीं, अरे यार तुम लोग ना एक काम. वो नहीं है ना यार. हाँ तो आवाज बढ़ाओ भाई. मैं आ गया. और बढ़ाओ. और बढ़ाओ. अब समझ में आ गया ना. ओके, यही तो मैं बोल रहा था. तो यस मी, your perception of me is a reflection of you, and my reaction to you is an awareness of me. So what should you do with this question? Never attempt. Okay, ये बहुत dangerous है. See, don't attempt any such questions. Be very, very. So you will get such questions also, just to tell you. But see, the real is rational and the rational is real. Tough. Okay. So then, out of the four, I felt the only one you can, even philosophy of wantelness is utopian, while materialism is a chimera. वो भी tough है. So इसमें I think the only question you can, the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. A lot of technology in our spiritual well-being and all, we can think. So it was a very tough four options. But not every time it will happen. Say 2020, if you look, hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. What do you mean by that? The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. What do you mean by that? Rocks the cradle means the mother who nurtures the child. Okay, hand that rocks the cradle जो swing को जो आगे पीछे करते हैं ना, जो young kids. So mothers do that. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So how good, well nurtured the children are. Mothers rule the world ultimately. That's what we are saying. How good care you give to the children, that care, or the kind of care which you give, decide on the future. Are you getting this? So, but again, you have to be very, very careful. If you don't understand this, don't appear in that. Then history repeats itself. First as a tragedy, second as a farce. Because history is cyclical in nature. Okay, we find similar incidents happening again and again. See, now communal tension in our country. Every 10 years, 15 years, we find a series of communal tension. See, our, that rise in communalism increase, then it decreases, and there an era or another 10 years of secularism will come, again communalism will increase. So this is a common, see, right from 1940s, we can see a lot of communal tension, partition of India took place. Even then, communal tensions come and go. Similarly, so many things where similar things happen. Economic crisis, great economic depression in 1929, again economic depression in 2008, or even our corona type, 1920s we had a similar epidemic. Then again a pandemic. After 100 years, it happens again. So you can think about that. So, but the point we are taking is, first as a tragedy, second as a farce means, first, we are not able to learn from from our experience. We don't learn much. We tend to repeat the same mistake and with even worse results. Then there are better practices than best practices. So there are better practices than best practices. Meaning, whatever we consider as best practice today, there can be even better practices. After some time, we can find, we can innovate, we can improve. There is always scope for improvement. See, now what I am trying to tell you is, when we get most of the questions like this, now it is, you have to be smart enough to prepare for this kind of, see, this cannot be taught in a class. Please realize, whatever essay classes we have, we can give some exam, but that question will not come. There will be something else will be coming. So what we require is practice. Weekly, you should write one essay. Pick similar questions, like hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. You just pick this question. Just search in the internet. Even just find the meaning of this sentence first. Just find the meaning. Then similar quotations can easily be searched. And try to write. I will say every Sunday, please write one essay. Pick one topic 1 month, 1 week before. Start collecting information. Okay. Then take 1 hour to write an essay. Around 1,000 words you should write. That's all. 1 hour, 1,000 words you can easily write. If you know the meaning, different angle. Like, you can talk about the need for nurturing of our youngsters, children. And good, now you should say, hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. That means, the way our mothers are, our country also will be like that only. If a well-educated mother, their children will be much better. Less educated mother or no education, so if the mother has not gone to school, there will be limitation on the upbringing of the child also. So it is the need of the hour, it is the need of our country to educate all women, all mothers properly. Good school, good education, good health care. So the way our mothers are, the way we educate, the way we help mothers in growing up, they will rule the world. We have to think in multi-dimension. Maybe, self-help groups. Just see, we are developing a lot of self-help groups. If self-help groups are becoming stronger, they will be able to have more economic power also, then they will be able to bring their children also in a better fashion. So our country will be in a better position altogether. So what I am saying is that, think of all these angles, maybe read some articles similar to this. After the end of the week, you please write. You keep accumulating information, or history repeats itself, first as a tragedy, second as a farce. Think of Tughlaqian ideas. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Why do we remember him? Of course, now we will not even teach children that there was Muhammad bin Tughlaq also. Why we criticize, or what do we, when we talk about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, what is that we remember about him? He changed the capital. Okay. Thoughtless policy. Okay. He did not look into the consequences of the decision. He did not even check whether enough water will be there in that new place. He shifted the capital. Then he realized that it is not livable. Modern day examples. Tughlaqian policies. you are taking step, then you say, I'm taking a 2,000 rupee note. A good example. Na? Now the government also realized that this is a foolish decision to print 2,000 rupee notes. Now we are withdrawing it. It has the opposite effect of, what you call, eliminating black money. That is why we are withdrawing it. So history repeats itself. See, when we have wrong advisors or wrong policies and wrong, if you are not thinking properly, what can happen? So what I'm saying, there are so many examples you can give. Train tragedy. That Orissa, the Coromandel Express tragedy now. And hundreds of people lost their lives. We talk about that for some days. Then what will happen? Again, it will continue. After 2-3 years, there will be another big accident. Then again, we will remember the Coromandel or the fire in that coaching institute now. 2-3 days, there will be some police action. Police will come, check whether, fire equipments are there. It's there. Okay, fully equipped, don't worry. Okay, this classroom. Okay. And that is why it took some time also to start this, because they took more time in fixing the fire safety equipments inside. Okay, automatic water shower will be there if there is some fire and smoke and all, don't worry. Okay. So it is fully protected. We can be sure of this. So it is very important. Smoke detectors are there. Everything is there inside, don't worry. So what I'm trying to tell you is, history repeats. 2 years before only there was a fire in a coaching institute in some Lakshmi Nagar area, some IIT JE institute. Some 10-12 children died. Okay, in East Delhi. Now you see, luckily no life is lost, but so much of problem for people. So what I'm trying to tell you is that our problem is the same mistakes we'll be repeating. Same, one week, some sudden action. There is no proactive decision making in our country, reactive. Suddenly the police will come, ask and check whether fire equipments are there, then they will keep quiet. People will violate also, and the end result can be disaster. There is no, on all those buildings, there is no escape, emergency exit. Now, the steps through which you came up, it's actually an emergency exit. Okay, we have a front entry also. So every building is supposed to have 2 exit and entry, one from the front, one other from the back. It should be there. Then only in an emergency we can evacuate people. But that is not there in most of the buildings. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you can give examples like this. You have to think. And then around 1,000 words. So by the time, my point here is, by the time you reach the main exam, you should have written at least 40 essays. 40 weeks. From now, if you choose 40, easily possible. When the main exams or the preliminary exam time, a couple of months, you may not write any essay. I'm discounting all those things. Still, we can easily write 40 essays. And topics, very easy to get. You search also, you will easily get previous year questions you pick up. Now, write more philosophical essays. Very much possible. Okay. 800 to 1,000 words. So if you do all these things, nobody can stop you from becoming an IAS. But your will, your determination, that is the key. And as I was mentioning, NCRT, again I am repeating, then that 2 hours of newspaper, class notes, plus material. Repeated revision of this is the key to success. Nothing else is required. Consolidate, revise and improve your understanding. When memory increases, silly mistakes will come down. And we don't have to answer all questions. That's what I'm saying. 55 out of 100 you have to get. With some 20 mistakes, still you will easily get through. If 20 mistakes, 75 you are attempting and 55 correct, 20 wrong means -7, 55 minus 7 is 48. 48 into 2 is equal to 96. More than sufficient to get through preliminary. So, rather than trying to read too many things, too many books, control, minimum, that minimum we will definitely provide you in the class. It will be more than sufficient. Anything you would like to ask? A doubt, last doubt. So we are raring to go. एक बार छोड़ दो सर, अभी जाके दिखाता हूँ. Okay, I will leave you now. Don't worry, but please execute. Execution is the key. Wish list is not going to solve your problem. Okay, and if only wish and idea is the criteria, if I always say, if idea and wish is money, all Indians are billionaires. But you have to execute that. Execution is the key. Please make sure that you are executing. And idea is there with you. That's what I said in the beginning. If you implement what I said in the last 2.5 hours, more than sufficient to become IAS. You can do it. And it's not the bookish knowledge alone which is going to make you. Interview is purely your character. Essay is only your practice. Your CSAT is only practice. Even in ethics paper, half of the paper is practice. So you can easily score good marks provided you start writing answers. Answer writing is very important. Solving questions is very important. Character building is important. So that's all for today. And I hope you have no other questions. Do you have any more questions? No.
On newspaper, suppose we have 4-5 articles. So we are reading only one article and neglecting.
नो प्रॉब्लम. अगर आपको एकदम लगा कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो भी रख लो. नेक्स्ट डे देयर मे नॉट बी एनी आर्टिकल ओनली. एट दैट टाइम यू कैन डू दैट. If you really think that is really good, very important, keep that. I am not denying it. But that situation will not come. Very rarely it will come. But there will be days you will not find even a single article worthwhile to be collected. At that time you can use it. Okay. So that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. And tomorrow, day after and all, we'll have other subject experts. You please see that. Then we'll be announcing the schedule also shortly. Okay. See you then. Bye-bye.